publishing poetry for the last 5 years at Win Publications, I'm ready to spill the beans on how indie authors may be able to publish their books quicker.
Miss Wynn checking in.
Hey, my name is Aurelia Wynn. I am the CEO of Win Publications. I am also a co-author and illustrator of Miss Fox Teaches Kindness. I'm a single work from home mama who's living out her dreams and encouraging other creatives to do the same. In this video, I will be going over the 3 things that you should be aware of when it comes to publishing a poetry book. Number 1, design. Number 2, deadline. And number 3, knowing if you want to DIY or not. Speaking of DIY, if at any point in this video you find yourself wondering if I publish or format books for print and for ebooks, I do. In fact, you can contact me by clicking the link in the description below. Starting with design, assuming that everything that you aim to publish is already in one document. Everything like the title of the book and your author's name and possibly your publisher's name, a table of contents if you want to include a table of contents or not. It's not required, it's a matter of preference. Acknowledgements about the authors and any final pages, anything that you want to show up in your book. Make sure that you have it all in this one document. You want to take note of any peculiar occurrences that happen in your poetry. Peculiar occurrences, like your aesthetics. Is there a certain way that you would like the illustrations or explanations that you've included with your poetry to be arranged? Is there a certain space? Are there certain spaces that happen in your book that need to translate from the Word document or the Google document that you've provided into the file that will be used to publish? Another thing, what about the lower cases and upper cases? What about the use of italics and things of that nature when it comes to design? If there's anything specific or anything peculiar that you need to happen with your poetry to make sure that you get your point across to your reader, make sure that you are aware of this yourself. And if you're working with a book publishing professional to format your book, make sure that you also make them aware of these things. Next, you're going to want to have all illustrations or anything that you're using in your book ready to go, either for yourself or your formatter. Again, at the time the book is scheduled to be designed, if you have everything together all at once, this gives you or your book formatter the opportunity to get into a creative flow and work on your project and get it back to you in a timely manner. Next, then you're going to want to know about your trim size for your paperback book. How big do you want your book to be? And do you care if your book has a spine on it or not? If you care that your poetry book has a spine, then you are going to want to make sure that your book's dimensions and the number of pages in your book are aligned to deliver that expectation. Every self-publishing platform is different, but generally speaking, in order to have a spine on your book, you need to have plenty of pages. Number 2 in this process is knowing your deadline. What is your deadline? And why do we even have one? Even if you're not in a rush, I found it helpful to have deadlines, to motivate myself to keep moving forward. Otherwise, I might procrastinate. I'm getting better at this though, but I found that deadlines really help me for a number of reasons. Deadlines for book writers are so exciting. They help us to see that our dream of publishing another book, or even if you're new at this, they help you to see that your dream of publishing your first book is just days away. Deadlines are also really important, especially when working with other book publishing professionals. It helps us to figure out if our pace is quick enough, or if we need to work more on your book that day, whatever. It helps us to determine how we are going to execute and make sure that we get your book back to you in time. Which brings us to our last point. Do you want to format your book by yourself, or do you want to hire a book publishing professional like myself to format your book? Again, it's a matter of preference. Those that work with me and are familiar with me know that I would rather you know all of your options and pick the one that's best for you. So maybe you're at a point in your life where you're just not able, and maybe you can't even afford right now to work with a book publishing professional, a book formatter. That's okay. The fact that you're even still trying to give it a shot, in spite of your circumstances or whatever you may have going on in your life, maybe it's not a matter of finances, maybe there's other things. Kudos to you for still pushing through it. But maybe you're just, that's not your story. Maybe you're like, yeah, I'm really ready to invest in getting some help on my book. You want your book to look as professional as possible. You really don't want to stress over this part of your book. And just to even do one more, maybe you're not a technical person and you're just like, look, I just want someone else to do this for me. Whatever the case may be, if you are looking for help with formatting your book, please consider working with me. You can book me at misswin.com. You can also check out my book publishing packages and author services there. And you can also find me on Fiverr. Well, that's it. That's it. I'm done. Hey, what did you think of this video? Did you find it helpful? Do you have any specific questions? Was that easy to follow? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know, what did you take away from this video and what will you be implementing into your own poetry publishing journey? Otherwise, I will see you here next week in the next video. All right. Bye.